Welcome to Keep What You Earn, your judgment and jargon-free zone for entrepreneurs of all levels. Get ready to learn how to scale your business, save money in taxes, and create a business that grows your wealth. If it feels like the financial side of business is like eating your vegetables, well then think of this podcast as the ranch dressing to make the process a little more enjoyable. My name is Shannon Weinstein. I'm a CPA and business owner on a mission to simplify money and empower others through knowledge. I hope this episode inspires you to take action, but remember that the information we share is for educational purposes only and is not individual tax advice. Now that we got that out of the way, let's start the show. So we all can basically agree that in order to cultivate relationships and in order to really build a solid foundation of referral partners, colleagues, collaborators, we have to do more networking, right? And networking is super important, but I think that a lot of people are networking for the sake of networking. A lot of people are treating networking like it's speed dating. A lot of people are showing up with the intention solely to network, and it kind of loses its luster, in my opinion. So I want to share some ideas on networking if you hate networking. So here's it's an interesting descriptor of me. I actually hate networking. However, I hate and love it, depending on how you define it. I love talking to people. I love connecting with people. I love sharing a commonly loved experience with another person. Like I love going on hikes with people. I love having company to enjoy activities that I enjoy, including eating. I love connecting. I love talking with people. I love learning about what's going on with their business, their life, everything. Now, I hate networking events. So if you're with me, you're not alone. It's very different because there's a lot of energy being poured out because you feel like you're working. I honestly feel like we're working at networking events. Like it takes a lot of energy, right? I introvert so hard after a networking event. And I don't agree with the networking events that are created solely for the benefit of networking. I think it's not authentic. It's really tough because everyone's there almost obligatory to have to network with other people. And I think that if you're going to be intentionally networking, you want to be really clear about the type of connection that you want to make. So if I were in a networking scenario, right? If I were in a quote unquote speed date, but if I was like a happy hour, let's say for business owners, and there was like a function and I was there and it's just a whole bunch of business owners to network with each other, I would definitely try to ask unique questions, ask a lot of questions about what the other people do. I would probably be looking, as opposed to looking for, potential clients in the room, I would be paying attention to who is in a position to be well connected to other people. So who are the people who have influence? Who are the people who have good relationships? Because maybe if I need a business connection or I need something in my business, it's not just about getting clients, by the way. It's about who do you know who can help each other? And sometimes it comes down to like some of my best word of mouth referrals are not even for clients. Like all I had to do was say, hey, does anyone know someone who does a really killer job at social media? And because of that one networking opportunity where someone said, yeah, I know a gal. Here I am with a podcast and a CMO. Thank you, Sid. So, and my social media manager, my CMO, everybody, like it came from networking. It came from connecting with people who knew good people and waiting for the magic to happen. And it's not in the interest of, making connections for the sake of what are you going to get out of it. I do not start thinking about when you're networking with people, don't start thinking about how this person can do, what can this person do for me? Think about what you can do for these people. What you can do for these people. You need to be giving and expecting nothing in return. Because if you are giving solely with the expectation that there's going to be some type of counterbalance and that you're going to get something, you're going to resent them and become disappointed when that doesn't happen. So you really need to be giving with the heart of a giver. And you need to be able to help people and make those connections. You'll become known for and branded for how willing you are to help other people. It's so important. And you have to find a way to make these authentic connections while doing something you actually enjoy, because I truly believe that you're going to show up at your best when you can show up doing something you actually enjoy. And which is why I love the idea of having like a hiking group or, a golf outing or even truly just a happy hour at a wine bar. That's very common. But if it's something that you truly enjoy doing and you would go there anyway, maybe it's a paint night. Maybe it's just some type of cooking class, right? So what if you could do something that you all kind of enjoy at the same time, have a good time, but also use it to meet people and take advantage of those opportunities. It doesn't have to be primarily a networking, but also these other things. Go to these things, God forbid, go to these things alone. I'm telling you, go to these types of events. Go to a paint night by yourself. Go to some type of function by yourself. I know it's nerve-wracking, especially to my gals out there. I know it's nerve-wracking. But I'm telling you, if you just own up to, I am here and I'm just going to stay here, meet people and have a good time, and you're going to find a way to have the best time. Some of the best networking I've actually done has been on my own while traveling. I've been traveling for work and you're kind of forced to eat by yourself and do everything by yourself in a city where you don't live and you're traveling. What a gift that was to do that in my 20s and be so comfortable doing that. And I'm telling you that after like your third or fourth meal by yourself where you hang out and talk to the bartender, it's actually super fun. It's actually super, super fun. And another tip I have if you're going to be in a social setting is to ask better questions. Become memorable for the questions you're asking. And if you want to spice things up, if you want to have a more fun time networking, come up with the most interesting questions you can ask people. Like, I mean, I don't know about you, but if someone came up to me and said, hey, my name's so-and-so, I have a question. What are you grateful for today? That's a really cool question. Also, you can say, what's one unique aspect of your hometown? Or what is, something that you wish more people knew about what you do? There's something like that. You can ask, obviously, their profession, who they work with, these types of profile questions. But I think it's really fun if you can pull some unique characteristic out of them. I'll use as an example, I was recently on a podcast and I was talking to the host and we did the whole I was the guest, they were the host, and we did the whole bio thing, right? Where I got to introduce myself, like I'm a fractional CFO, blah, blah, blah. And it wasn't until literally 20 minutes after the show was over and we were kind of shooting the shit talking that she was like, wait a minute. And I told her where I lived in Costa Rica. And she's like, wait a minute. I live an hour from you. I live down on this beach. And I'm like, holy cow. And then we started bonding over mutual friends we actually have. And it was super cool. But it was one of those things that just didn't come up in the normal conversation. So try to think of something that maybe makes you unique or interesting, or people might ask questions about, and share that. And conversely, find ways to pull that out of others you're talking to. Find ways to connect to others on a deeper level by finding something interesting to unpack. Because the sooner you can get to that, the more the conversation will naturally flow and you'll have a better time. So here are some networking tips for you. I hope you enjoy them and enjoy your next networking event. Most accountants will try to bill you for those quick questions or make you feel like you're bothering them. And the truth is that the quick questions are what I love about what we do. That's why I created a new and accessible offer for you to be able to message me your questions and get the support you need when you need it. It's called the CFO On Demand. You can now get affordable help and access to me and my team without a high monthly fee. You can also upgrade and get access to a private one-on-one office hours to bring your specific strategies to the table. Want to learn more? Head to thecfoondemand.com or click the link in the show notes. Again, that's the CFO On Demand. Thank you so much for listening. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a rating and review on your podcast platform. This small action goes a long way for podcasters to get our message heard by more business owners just like you. Be sure to check out the show notes for links to information about our guests and ways to get in touch with me. We'll see you on the next episode.